I will be attending the Los Angeles Regionals in May, and with the Regulation G metagame announced, it's time to get to work. I had a poor performance in Toronto, playing a very out-of-date team, and a metagame I was not comfortable in. Luckily for me, I cannot make the same mistake again, as Nintendo has announced that each team will be able to use one restricted Pokemon on their team. Kyogre and Groudon have dominated these restricted metagames in the past, but today I'm choosing to go down a different path, and that is the team you see on screen right now. If you're excited for this video and for more VGC content coming your way over the next couple of weeks leading up to LA Regionals, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year, and every subscription helps along that way. So this is the team I came up with. I'm not going to get super in-depth on the EV spreads and such. This is very much just a broad idea of where I wanted to start with in this metagame. I think the combination of Miraidon and Iron Bundle is going to be very, very powerful. I think it's powerful into a few different things. So we're running the Terra Ghost Iron Bundle to be protected against fake outs. This is really good fake out counter play with Encore as well. Going to be very, very powerful there. But I really like this combination against Sun teams in specific. And the reason that I like it against Sun teams is the combination of Iron Bundle plus the Miraidon gives me the ability to outspeed pretty much every single set that the Flutter Mains can run. So it allows me to Icy Wind into Electro Drift every Flutter Main set that currently exists. And that's really critical against Sun teams. Now, I might have to trade for a lot of damage on a Groudon, for example, that could lead off, or a Miraidon. But getting Flutter Main off the board early really helps because I have Urshifu in the back as well. And Choice Banded Urshifu is, a very, very massive threat, especially when Flutter Mains are controlled and dealt with. This Pokemon becomes so much better. So against Sun teams, I'm often going to run those two at the start, and then probably bench Flutter Main and Urshifu in the back or put in my back line against these type of Sun teams. Now, to be honest, that there is still some difficulty there because Sun gets set up. It takes a while for the Sun to obviously come down, and that means Searching Strikes is going to be a little bit weaker. But I do like that still, against those team archetypes, we have a lot of Protect on this team to kind of get us into that angle. But I really like this team kind of in general. I think Sun was kind of what I was going for primarily as a way to counter with this team. But I think this team's got a lot of play into a lot of different archetypes. It's got Flutter Main, Urshifu, and Incineroar, Raging Bolt. Those four are just such a powerful combination of four to run on any VGC team, let alone in a restricted format. This is still going to be very, very powerful. And then with the Iron Bundle Miraidon combo to offer something a little bit different in this metagame. So we got a game. We're going to be playing a 3-game Wi-Fi set of VGC here. So let's get right into it. Alright, so you've seen the team we are bringing. We are playing against Jbear in this battle, someone who's currently in the JJDL and someone who I will be attending the event with. So make sure to check out his channel in the description down below. He is running an archetype that I am kind of poor against in this team. A little bit of a difficult matchup is Trick Room. So he's got the Calyrex Ice Form here. He's got Farigiraf. A lot of potential nonsense going on with their Saluna and Iron Hands. Just a lot going on here. What I want to do is I think I really want to lead Incineroar here. Incineroar leads super well against all of what Jbear has to offer in this matchup. And then I think I want to lead with Terra, Water, Raging Bolt. I think Raging Bolt leads really well into this as well. I kind of want to put... Miraidon actually kind of has a little bit of a bad matchup here. There's not a lot that it really pressures, in all honesty. So I think I might just go Shifu and Flutter in the back here. And I think this is kind of what I want to go for. These teams that we're playing, or at least the team I'm playing, is definitely not optimized in the slightest. We're definitely just at the stage now where we're trying to learn, trying to figure things out as we go in VGC. I'm by no means an expert in this format, but I think this, it's an interesting challenge, and with the tournament, an end goal in mind, it's a lot of fun to test for these type of events. I do it a lot for Magic, the Gathering, the card game I play, which is part of what I love about gaming. So let's get into this battle. Let's see what Jbear wants to lead. I'm kind of hoping not the Calyrex off the lead. I was thinking maybe I should be leading with my Urshifu to counteract that lead. But it is what it is. We've got where we got now. I don't know what Nintendo servers are saying right now. All right, finally we get in. I guess just don't want us to play. They don't want us to play. All right, let's see what Jbear has cooking for us. Iron Hands and Calyrex. So he's not going for the initial. He's not going for that initial. What's it called? Trick Room. We do get an Intimidate off, which is nice in this spot. We might have to just Terra our Raging Bolt here off the bat. I'm thinking of like what the most reasonable line here is. I do like my Pokemon on the back for this scenario. I think what I want to do is fake out the Iron Hands, and then I kind of want to Terra my... Did I make sure this team included the right Terra? Or the team sheet that I gave him included the right Terra on a Raging Bolt? It did. Okay, perfect. I think I want to Terra Water and then drop a Draco on this Calyrex. I think is how I want to play this. He might just high horsepower my Incineroar, but I'm perfectly okay with that. And he might just set up the Trick Room with the Calyrex, to be honest. But if I can put a Draco on the Calyrex early, then that should put it, get a decent amount of damage off early. And Calyrex is just going to protect here. Okay, so basically a nothing turn here, as we're going to fake out the Iron Hands, put a little bit of chip, but then kind of we result in nothing there on that turn. So from this point, I'm kind of expecting an attempt to set up Trick Room on the side of Calyrex. It is Clear Amulet to block that, to block what we just did. The problem is that Iron Hands is very free to just click a fighting move into my Incineroar. There's a good chance it'll be fine, and I'm not planning on attacking it this turn. So if it's Drain Punch, for example, that won't be too bad. So I think double targeting the Calyrex might just be my best course of action here. We're probably going to see the Terra come out of Jbear here on the Calyrex side. It is Terra Grass on the Iron Hand, so that wouldn't make a lot of sense to do here. And we do see Terra Fire to protect against Flare Blitz. Kind of imagining what is, to be likely a double target here on Calyrex. I've decided to predict that and go for the knockoff here, kind of, playing around that a little bit. So we do get a Draco. That does about half. That Pokemon is super ridiculous, and we do get a knockoff here. Remove that Clear Amulet, and a big Wild Charge actually comes out here, so he's just going to like to attack the Raging Bolt. Does a little bit, not enough though to really put a lot of pressure, and now the Trick Room is up, and this Trick Room is going to be a problem in this matchup. Now, the problem I have here after going for Draco is this Thunderclap is probably very unlikely to kill from this range. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Now, I do have Aqua Jet that I can go for on the Calyrex next turn, so I think I'm going to try to play to that here. What item do we have? We have Assault Vest Iron Hands. I think I'm just going to knock off the Iron Hands, and I think I'm just going to... I could try to Thunderclap. If I can kill this Calyrex, I don't think I'm going to be able to kill the Calyrex, though. I think he's going to... Alright, I'm going to Thunderclap the Calyrex. Just put some extra chip. Yeah, it's not going to kill, unfortunately, but... And that Drain Punch is going to go to Incineroar. I am going to take a little bit, and I think my plan now for this Iron Hands is to have to kill it with the Flutter Mane later in the game. I do get to go first before the Calyrex with my Incineroar, which is actually super huge there because I'm able to get a knockoff and knock off the Iron Hands. I'm able to actually knock off the Assault Vest here, which is super crucial. So we have 3 turns of Trick Room potential left. Question is how do I want to approach this? I'm really expecting a Protect here out of the... I'm really expecting a Protect out of that, what's it called? The Calyrex. The problem is I can't really bring in Flutter Mane here. I just think that would be such an irresponsible play. I can just go for the Parting Shot on the Iron Hands, though, to maybe get my... What's it called? That'll allow me to pretty much always get in my... I'm going to Dragon Pulse this. That'll allow me to basically always get in my Flutter Mane here, pretty much unscathed, and I can put, so much offensive pressure on, or pressure on the stats of the Iron Hands. Looks like he's just going to attack there, which is fine by me. I do get a Dragon Pulse off on this. As I said, this is not going to matter too much. But I am in a little bit of a better spot, and I do have kind of assigned damage properly there. I mean, that's not great damage in the slightest. But we are going to go Booster Speed Flutter Mane. We are going to be able to pick off this Calyrex here, though. So the question is Jbear going to want to preserve his Calyrex here? One thing I want to count, I really want to calc the likelihood that this Flutter Mane lives a Heavy Slam. I'm pretty sure it should. I don't have the exact sets, of course. There's a decent chance it probably doesn't actually. I'm just going to protect here, and I'm going to Dragon Pulse the Calyrex slot. I think he might switch out. He's going to switch out his Iron Hands here, so I think he either doesn't have Heavy Slam or worried it's not going to kill, and he brings in his own Urshifu here. So that's good there. Flutter Mane's going to get a Protect off here to just save itself from potential Iron Hands in this spot. And I do get the Dragon Pulse off on the Calyrex. So Calyrex is down. One of the big threats of this matchup has been thwarted. Now let's go into the team. This is the Dark Urshifu. This is Urshifu Single Strike, not Rapid Strike, which is good to note. So we won't be thunderclapping that Pokemon really here. And he's going to bring Iron Hands back out. Smart sequencing there with the Trick Room turns to get this thing with one turn of Trick Room up and to prevent it from being able to prevent me from being able to attack under Trick Room, or to protect out of Trick Room. I guess attack where it's -1. So I'm going to have to go Urshifu here. I don't really have another way to go about that this turn, to be honest. I think at this point my Raging Bolt is probably done for this world, so I think my best bet here is honestly just a Draco Meteor the Urshifu and try to get as much damage as possible. This helps me preserve my Flutter Mane, and if one of my Pokemon dies this turn, which I'm expecting the Raging Bolt to die this turn, I can get Urshifu and Raging Bolt in. Heavy Slam should be good to live that every time, not a problem. I'm going to miss a Draco here on the Urshifu. That is very, very frustrating. And it's going to close combat targeting the Raging Bolt. And there goes Raging Bolt. But this is good here. This is good here for me. I think I've sequenced this pretty well. In all honesty, I think I can get I get Flutter Mane in on this Urshifu. And if it's close combat, if it's choice locked, or it's Focus Sash. Okay, so we know it's Focus Sash. I'm actually kind of okay. So I think what I have to do here is I think I have to target the Iron Hands on this turn. Oh, the Assault Vest is off, isn't it? Yeah, Assault Vest. I actually can just Searching Strikes, target Urshifu, and I can Moonblast, target Iron Hands. Now that the Assault Vest is knocked off. Oh, he is going to be faster, so he's going to get a Sucker Punch off, but I am going to live that, which is huge, huge right there. That's a big knockout on Iron Hands. All right, so because of that Sucker Punch and my defensive EVs, I'm able to get through there, very well. And this Surging Strike should certainly kill from Choice Banded Urshifu, unless I get a 2-hit here. If I 2-hit, then I 2-hit. All right, easy 3-hit with the Urshifu. What a turn. What a game this has been. What a great first game. Urshifu and Flutter Mane just kind of showing why they're still dominant even in this classic restricted format. And we see here Ursaluna Blood Moon come out, but Ursaluna Blood Moon is going to have nothing for the Surging Strikes of the Urshifu in the back, and we're certainly going to be able to pick up this game 1 in this set against Jbear. Big Moonblast, and there we go, Surging Strikes. So that's game 1. Let's get right into game 2. All right, we're here for game 2. So game 1 went very, very well for us. We were able to dispatch pretty quickly of Jbear's team in that game 1. Going into game 2, I kind of want to make a little bit of a micro adjustment by going Incineroar Flutter Mane. I think what I want to do is be able to put pressure on his Iron Hands. I think it's likely that he's going to want to try and get Trick Room up earlier this game. I think that's probably going to lead to a more likely a better outcome for him. So I think he's going to try to do that. I could lead off. We gotta lead Miraidon at some point, right? What if I lead Miraidon? Miraidon feels like it leads very, very well. Terra Electric into the Calyrex slot. All right, I think, you know what, let's lead Miraidon. It's going to give Quark Drive to the Iron Hands if that leads out, but we do have Intimidate for that, so I'm not as concerned about that as you might think. And he elects to lead with Urshifu Tornadus here, so I'm expecting most likely in this spot we're gonna probably see a fake out. We're probably gonna see a Tailwind or Protect. I kind of expected Detect from Urshifu to protect the Focus Sash, but I do think I still put the fake out onto that slot because that allows me to get a free Electro Drift with Life Orb Miraidon onto Tornadus. And apologies for my phone ringing in the background. I'm on call for work, so I have it on, but I'll mute it now. And I'm just going to Electro Drift, drop a massive amount of damage. He just elects to go for the Protect on Tornadus. So that's actually a good play by him. Oh, and he goes for the double Protect here. So that's good. That allows him to preserve both his Focus Sash on his Urshifu while also being able to a Tailwind plus attack with Urshifu. So good play by Jbear there to make that move. How do I adjust from that now? So I think we're likely to see. So because this is Focus Sash, I kind of want to Parting Shot. Parting Shot's not a great move here. I shouldn't die to any one hit with this Miraidon, and I should be able to knock off. Well, I can't. Knocking off would be kind of pointless. I think I'm gonna Flare Blitz the Urshifu and just Electro Drift this Tornadus. He's gonna be able to get Tailwind up, and he's gonna go for the Taunt. But that does not affect Prankster. Does not affect Electric. Does not affect Dark types, unfortunately. Now, luckily for me, and luckily for like the outcome of this game, I'm clicking an attacking move. I'm just Flare Blitzing the Incineroar at this point, but that is kind of unfortunate for Jbear for that to happen. And we do live the Wicked Blow, which is massive there, and we are going to get a Flare Blitz off onto the Urshifu. Any burns? Anyone up burning? Alright, no burn. That's unfortunate. Would have liked to have seen a burn there. Now the problem, we're kind of in a dicey spot here this turn actually, because Urshifu is putting my Miraidon into just kind of a spot where there's not really much I can do with it. If I look at what I have in the back, he could just close combat. I think what I want to do is I want to knock off the Blood Moon here. I think that's going to be a productive use of a turn. And then I kind of just want to Electro Drift and target the Urshifu. I think he's probably still going to Sucker Punch the Miraidon, but I think I'm kind of okay with that because it allows me to get my Urshifu in for free. And that is just going to be Sucker Punch. I could have protected there, and that might have been maybe the more optimal play in this scenario. Oh, and this thing's faster. Ooh, I did not calc that this thing would be faster. Wow, completely misjudged that whole turn sequence. Completely misjudged that turn sequence, but we get Urshifu and Fluttermane in now. And now this is really good for me because we know that I'm good against this Sucker Punch. And the Searching Strikes should put a lot of pressure on the Ursaluna. So I really like this sequence still. What's in the back potentially for Jbear though is the question. We're just going to Surging Strikes. I don't have to put my Terra. I can actually just Terra here on my Fluttermane just to save as much damage as possible. Save as much damage as possible against this Urshifu on Sucker Punch, because it's likely we're going to need this Pokemon to kill what's ever in the back, as I kind of expect it to be Calyrex. Though I guess the Terra doesn't necessarily matter for that because we're just going to be able to Surging Strikes plus Shadow Ball that. So let's see the Terra come out here. I probably should have looked actually more to the Terra. It is Terra normal. Oh, he's going to Terra the Urshifu. Okay, so he's looking to get a really powerful Sucker Punch here off onto the Flutter Mane, but because we Terra'd, we should be in a really good spot then to manage that without the Ghost type. Oh, that is close. That is a crit though, so that makes sense. That's a crit. Oh my god, dude! I saw that going down. I was so worried for a second. I'm like, there's no way that I'm just gonna get absolutely Mickey'd, and get dropped from Oko, from Urshifu, from full. I mean, that Pokemon is certainly broken. That that's for sure, but no, not that broken. All right, this might need 2 actually, or 3. Yeah, we need the 3rd hit here. All right, perfect. We get another 3rd hit, and the combination of Urshifu, Flutter Mane still showing to be so powerful in this metagame, even with the restricteds. Miraidon even got to pull up a big kill in the game as well, and there we do see the Calyrex come out. But this Surging Strikes should deal a million damage in combination with Shadow Ball, so we should be fine to pick up a win in this VGC. Best 2 out of 3 set against Jbear. This team, I was really worried about Trick Room, to be honest, just like as like a team archetype against this team. But against what Jbear brought, we had a really good matchup against this Trick Room team, and I think just our ability to stall out Trick Room in game 1 and just leveraging Incineroar and Miraidon in game 2, I think were just super crucial. So good set to Jesse. I think he played that one well. I really like the idea of Calyrex in this VGC format. I think Trick Room is going to be very powerful if players are not able to adapt for it. So yeah, super great game. Let me know what you think of the team in the comments down below. I'm not sure if this is going to be the team that I run it with at the regional by any means. I mean, we don't even have the official ladder up for Nintendo yet. And we're still running, the main VGC players are still obviously playing in Regulation F because there's still format events going on. So, good game to Jbear. Check out his content in the description down below. That is all for me. I'll see you guys later. And as always, have a wonderful day.